Welcome to episode 113 of the Quick Time Event Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Josh, and as always, I am joined by my partner in crime, John.
That's me. I'm the other one.
Quick Time Event is a chance for John and I to get together each and every week to talk about all of the nerdy things that we love. If you like what you hear, you can find us live on twitch.tv/CDRMagnus every Tuesday. In the past. But going forward, every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or
unless I run out of food,
on all of your favorite podcast services all across the internet shortly after the live show ends. Now, John, listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I don't care that we go 30 minutes late. Like that's okay. But you're missing the other part of this, where after the show ends, shortly after the live show ends, John, I have to go and I have to edit. I have to edit the podcast so it goes out shortly after the live show ends. And if we run long, I could be editing until like midnight.
I know. I'm sorry. Listen, I would like to formally apologize, not to the audience, but to you. Publicly and formally.
Thank you. That's all I ever asked for.
I am going to get better. I just ran out of a bunch of food and realized that if I didn't go pick up my groceries, I would probably starve.
That's fair. So it's been a week. How's your week been? What you been up to?
What have I been up to? I played some more Fall Guys. Definitely getting kind of grindy at this point. Not loving that. I'm a little spoiled now with Overwatch, how they do the leveling system.
Yeah.
Where like after level 20 or whatever, every level is the same amount of XP needed.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
I like that system.
I'm noticing two things here as we get close to the end of the season. I say close, but we're only like a little over halfway through.
Sure.
I am now level 36, I think, on the pass.
Same.
And it's too much. You're right. It doesn't cap, and eventually it takes in probably like the early stages of the pass. It takes like 20 to 30 minutes to rank up.
Yes.
Middle stage, I would say from like maybe like around rank 10 to rank 30-ish. It's like between 45 minutes to an hour. It's like more reasonable. But then after level 30, the amount of experience that it takes to level up just starts to skyrocket. And we are now at a point with the game that everybody has played it for a while. So everybody is like good now. Not everybody, but players are better now than they were when they started. Definitely.
Yeah. And the survival games take significantly longer now.
Yes. Like the jump, the jump, what's the last one called with the floors fall away, the jump spinny one?
The ring something?
I forget. For some reason, that one's been heavily weighted this week in the playlist. I play that probably 2/3 of every time we're in the top. I'm in the top in the last
Really?
Yeah.
I have not played it in so long.
I played it 4 times yesterday, like 5 times a couple days ago. It's like every single time we play the last round and there's less than 10 people, it's that one guaranteed almost.
See, for me, it almost always goes to Royal Rumble because I think the game knows that I can't do it.
And I'm pretty good at the jump one. It's just it takes forever because everyone's kind of figured out how that works.
Yeah.
And it's literally you're playing that one for like 2 minutes, and the eventually there's a point where the bottom spinner doesn't speed up anymore. So then it's just you're kind of waiting for the opportune like crossover there, and it takes forever. But yeah, it's the matches are longer now, and it takes more experience. So it's such a grind fest to get up one level. It's like an entire night, an entire play session to get up one level. If you're lucky, and that's like if you win 2 or 3 times. So that's...
Although there was something kind of new today. I don't know if this happened to you or not, but 3 games I think in a row for me. I had Slime Climb as the second
Mm-hmm.
event.
Yeah, this week I don't know what happened. I really feel like they weight things certain days or certain
Sure.
weeks, because that happened to me. I've played Slime Climb so many times this week too, especially in round two.
Yeah.
It's like Slime Climb. The week before that, it was the Jinx one was round two pretty frequently for me. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they like have a playlist where they like, okay, we're gonna raise this one up to like a 60% chance and lower this one down. But like the team tail grab, I haven't played that in weeks.
Oh yeah, I've almost forgot that that game existed.
Weeks. I've played like the 50-50 tail grab one where 50% of the players have tails.
Yeah.
That one's been really frequent recently, and it wasn't that way at the start of the game or when the game first came out. So I don't know if it's truly just luck and this is just the how it's like playing out for me and us, but it really seems like they're weighting certain game types.
For sure. I will say that I think the most brutal thing is putting Slime Climb as number 2, because I went from a round with 38 people to 5.
Yeah, I've had the other thing is it's not infrequent now where you get the final round in round 3.
Yeah,
Especially when you put Slime Climb at number 2. It's like it goes from Slime Climb right into Fall Mountain. It's like, oh, well, what the fuck? Where'd the other 2 rounds go?
They're gone. And that just makes it tougher to get XP, because the more rounds you do, the more XP you get, the more the easier you level up.
The other thing that is making me annoyed right now is, again, now that people have had this game for a few weeks, there are many more trolls. I've seen so many more grabby boys.
Yeah. I got I don't know why I was trusting. I wasn't trusting. I was just like not paying as much attention as I should have. But on that like cylinder cone game thing where you're just trying to it's the survival one.
Roundabout or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I was standing like next to one of those little walls and somebody grabbed me and I was like, "Oh, I'm safe. I can kind of like look around, take my eyes off my character for a second." As soon as I did that, somebody grabbed me and just walked me to the edge and shoved me. And I was like, "Why?"
The thing that
I mean, I get why, but like that was so mean.
I don't, you know what? I shouldn't say I don't, because I used to get really mad at some games, especially when I was really into competitive shooters. I would never like crush my controller or throw it against the wall, but I would definitely like silently rage quit or like swear under my breath and just like shut the game off. That would be something I would do pretty frequently if I was upset. I haven't felt that way in a long time about a game. But
Here we are.
when somebody at the beginning of a race round, in like round 1 or round 2, right at the beginning of the round, just like grabs you for no reason, it sets. I see red. Like red comes over my eyes, and I just want to I want to reach through the TV and shake the other fall guy. It's so annoying. I don't know what it is about that, but it's like right at the beginning of round 1, we get off the starting line, and I'm just being held by some jerk off. It's like, what the hell is going on?
And
Stop
there's
it.
some people, there are truly some people who just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Because like I finished a race and then I watched that person who was being a dick at the end and just like grabbing everybody before they passed the finish line. And there were a couple times where like the person didn't finish and it was clear that it was their choice. They just wanted to cause as much chaos as possible and then just leave and go to a new round.
Yeah. It's like the person
didn't care, didn't want to win, just wanted to
shit
screw
on
over
other
as many
people's days.
people. Yeah.
It's like on Slime Climb. It's that I saw the you put it in the Discord the other day, but there's a fan art image of a fall guy standing on the cylinders on Slime Climb, where it's like the 2 cylinders and it goes down to the 1.
Yeah.
He's standing on the lone cylinder, and it's like this really innocent image. It's the fall guy standing there, and then it cuts down, and it's like staring up at like an evil demon god standing over like he's blocking your path forward.
And
those people,
I feel like I had that happen a lot at the start of Fall Guys, and then it went away, and now it's coming back again.
I felt the same way. Same way. Yeah, where it was like it was such an easy like bottleneck there. I mean,
Yeah.
it is such an easy bottleneck to screw everyone over by just literally standing there. You don't need to do anything else, let alone
Cut
grab them.
cut
But
the herd down from like 20 to potentially, if you just stand there and you make it, you could win
yeah,
off that round.
but yeah, you're right. It went away. At least in my games, it went away for a while, and then in the last week or so, it's just been horrible.
Back.
And this is a feature. This is how the game is meant to be played. Like the game was
Yeah.
designed so that people can be jackasses. Like that's you need to take that at face value when you're evaluating how much you like the game. It's just like right now, all I want is to finish this season pass. I need to go up 3 more levels, I think, or 4 more levels.
Yeah, like 3.5. Same here.
And
We're both at the same place. So.
I keep getting like kicked out in round 3 and earning 100 CUDA or 100 whatever it's
XP
called
instead
Fame.
of like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a week in Fall Guys. I am very much, and the other part is I've told you this over text earlier, but I am starting to get really bored playing some of the game types. I feel like the races are the best. The races I always feel engaged when I'm playing them, but like when you're playing the fruit memory game for the 50,000th time, it's like, oh, God damn it, I don't want to do this.
Don't care.
I don't want to do this. So I'm glad that they're going the route with the seasons, that they're significantly changing the game types, because if they were only going to swap out 1 or 2 maps, I don't know how, at least for like my enjoyment of the game, I don't know how much longer I would have been able to play it.
Oh, for sure. Same here. And it's different whenever you play with people.
Yeah.
Like I think that if you and I played it together, it wouldn't get nearly as stale as quickly.
Right.
But yeah, whenever you just hop on for real quick and I don't know, you have 30 minutes, so you're just like, all right, I'll play 1 or 2 rounds depending on how I do. Then it gets old. Yeah. But the other 2 things, I guess, in relation to relevant topics that I've been doing, I got, after years of looking at it and just thinking I probably should get it, I finally got Dead Cells.
Is that a Metroidvania or is that a, what's the other one? A roguelike?
Roguelike.
Roguelike.
Yes.
Roguelike or roguelite? What the fuck is the difference?
I've
seen for the longest time I think it was a roguelike. And then all of a sudden there was like a movement to change it to roguelite. And now I see both of them used interchangeably, and I don't know which one is right.
I don't know, and I don't honestly care. It's fun. It's definitely going to be a game that I can play for like a couple days, if not a week at a time. But then I'm going to put it down for probably a couple months. Just because you're doing the same thing over and over and over. And sure, you can get like permanent upgrades, but you want to talk about a grind. These take so long to grind out. Like unlocking different weapons and different things that'll just make your playthrough a little bit easier, and not like breaking the game easier, just a tiny bit. Where it's like, okay, you can spend 200 of these collectible cells that, like, if you're lucky, you get 10, maybe 15 for a level on average. So you can spend 200 to get like an extra health flask. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the final boss or not, but I got to like the 3rd boss that you can fight, and it seemed like he was the final, or you would do like a boss gauntlet and go from him to the real final one. And I was doing 0 damage. So like I would need to play this game for probably a couple hours so that my equipment is just overpowered whenever I get to him. But it's still fun. I'm still having a good time with it. again, it's something that I'll come back to, but I think I'm pretty much. I played it for like 5 days straight, and I think that's where I'm gonna call it for now. Um, and then I'm almost done with Fate Unlimited Blade Works that we talked about briefly last week. So I'm probably gonna hop on to however you say that show that you guys were watching,
Oh,
Agretzku.
Agretzko.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So I'll
like
probably
Yusuke. Agretzko.
yeah, that's what I'll jump onto.
Just for anybody wondering, the difference between a rogue-like and a rogue-lite is basically how the death mechanic works. So the primary difference is that rogue-lites have a heavy focus on persistence and carryover between runs, and typically have a finite ending. Whereas a rogue-like might not have a finite ending and doesn't focus so much on what carries over between your playthroughs.
Then I think this game, I don't know what this would be, because like you unlock things, but it's like
Is there a finite end? Is there like a definite end to the game?
I'm not sure yet because there's a bunch of different like splintering paths you can take. There's a couple abilities that you unlock which really don't change your ability to like fight or deal damage. They just unlock abilities to beat a level, which will then take you to a new next stage.
This also says that it's it's a common feature in roguelites that you're not able to complete the game in your first run because you're not strong enough. So if you said
All
that
right,
you
and
were doing very much damage at that one point, maybe
I just can't tell if it's because I need to get good
that's fair.
or if it's because like after 10 more hours of just grinding things out, all of the equipment drops that I get are going to be so much better because of permanent upgrades.
That makes sense.
I just don't know at this point. So, and I probably won't know for a couple months because again, I'm getting a little burnt out of it already. It's very charming. It's very fun. It's got seemingly a pretty cool little story like on the side going on that you don't have to follow, but you can, and it seems very rewarding too. But yeah, it's we'll see. We'll see when I pick it up again next.
Other than Fall Guys, I platinumed a game and then I started another game. I decided to follow through on what I was talking about doing last week with playing some indie games. I started with I want to say Monument Valley, but that's not Manifold Garden. Yes, I started with Manifold Garden.
Monument Valley.
That's another game. You ever played it? Yeah, it's a good game. Monument Valley was like the very first like critically acclaimed, like mainstream critically acclaimed mobile game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like the first not Flappy Bird mobile game that was an actual game that someone put like thought into.
Yeah.
Manifold Garden is what I played this week. I liked it. I did 2 playthroughs because you have to do 2 playthroughs to get the platinum.
I was gonna say why.
Because the second playthrough for the platinum trophy, I don't know how the fuck this person figured out. I mean, the platinum is not super rare. There, pretty much everybody, not everybody, but anybody that wants to get the platinum can get it. But I think that most of them are following the video guide for the last trophy. Because there is a trophy, the very last trophy in the game is to play through the main story mode, play through the game without using any of the god bricks. So the point of the game, like there's these bricks that you get. You have to solve a puzzle.
The ones that are like lit up?
Yes, you have to solve a puzzle. And then once you solve the puzzle, you get a colored brick that you place into this special thing and it grows a big tree. And there's like 6 of them, one for every primary color.
Yeah.
There's a way to beat the game without ever doing any of that. And it involves like these super, like a lot of hidden passages that you would never see unless you knew they were there. I don't know. And there was one point where you have to like walk back and forth between like 3 different areas. and it's insane. I don't know how the hell anybody figured out how to do this. If you, since you played the game, I would recommend going to watch. Look for the if you go into YouTube and type in 0% Manifold Garden Run,
Sure.
just look at it for like go through and skip through it for a little bit because it's crazy with the shit you have to do to basically circumvent the entire game. It's a 0% run. You're not playing the game the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah. I mean, like, we've both played it, and I feel like most people who would be interested in this game have at least seen the trailer for it or something. This game is it's not complicated. It's just the environments are so repetitive, like whatever those optical illusion things are called. Like, I can't even imagine how you would find a hidden passage because they're all like you look around and you're looking at the same set of stuff
Right.
times infinity.
Yeah, it was crazy. There were several times where I was like, how the hell? How did that guy find that? Like,
Do you think the guy who released it was like the creator?
it might have been. I really don't know how because this guide was created within days of the game launching. Like someone figured this out almost immediately. How? How? I don't understand because it is insane. Because the game,
just thinking about finding a hidden path that you don't use those god bricks.
and it's not even just
That
like
gives me a headache.
it's not even finding the hidden path because the hidden path, like if you see the hidden path, it's like okay, well, there's probably something that way. It's the gymnastics you have to do to get back and forth. There's one puzzle in the middle of the game where I think it's probably the longest puzzle, and there are I think 4 different places where you have to go in and get a different colored cube and then bring them back out to the outside area.
Was it the one where there's those big like rectangle or like Tetris blocks with different colors?
Yeah, those are out
That, like,
there.
fall?
And it's like it basically looks like you're outside in a skyscraper, and there's on each skyscraper there's 4 of them. There's 8 doors going around each one that you can open.
Is the last one yellow or maybe orange?
I think so. I can't remember the order, but
That one took so long.
it's that area. You have to get certain specific colored bricks, and then move them to other places, and fuse them into the multicolored bricks, and then take them back to the secret passage. I don't understand how they did this. I don't know how they figured it out because it's honestly amazing. Yeah. Because the game is not hard. Like I went into this thinking it was going to be like similar in difficulty to The Witness. The Witness was a hard puzzle game. It was a fair puzzle game, but it was a very, very hard puzzle game. This wasn't hard. Like the main story path, there was maybe like 2 or 3 times where I had to sit there and think about what I needed to do for 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was never unconquerable.
The toughest thing for me was like, if I was looking at the screen for too long, I'd be like, oh, okay, I need to look at something else because this is just starting to hurt.
Yeah.
It wasn't the puzzle that was hurting my head. It was just all the visuals.
But that 0% run was insane. And I literally had to do it I was watching a YouTube video and like pausing it as I was playing the game, basically.
Sure.
It only took like an hour because you're not playing the game. You're playing all the back road, which only takes about an hour to complete if you know exactly what you're doing, which this guy did. And the video was seamless. There were no cuts. He just went right through it like he knew what he was doing the entire time. I mean,
like that's super impressive. But then I think about the people who can like all the speedrunners.
Yeah.
And just the crazy bullshit that they do. And
That's
I'm like,
true.
all right, this is possible.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're right. That is a skill that people can learn. I'm impressed that he learned it that fast.
Oh,
like a lot of times
definitely.
these speedrunners are playing like Grand Theft Auto 3 or an N64 game.
Yeah, a game that's been out for forever and like different exploits they've had time to discover them.
Right. This game's been up for a week.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would recommend it if it's relatively cheap. I think it was $15. I think I got it on sale for like $12. It was on sale in the first week for some reason. Maybe that was just a PlayStation Plus price or something, but it was
No, because I think it was on sale on Switch too. It might have just been like because they promoted it with the Nindies
That could
or
be it.
whatever.
But yeah, I would recommend it if you like puzzle games. Again, it's not hard, so if you like hard puzzle games, I wouldn't go into it that. It's got pretty cool visuals. Um, the one thing that I think I liked the most was the sound design. I don't really get ASMR triggered very often. If I do, it's usually because of music, because I feel so moved by the music, I guess. And the sound design of this game, the way that like the music that they do have, because there's not very much music, but the music that they do use with the way the environment moves, it just gave me like ASMR triggers very, very frequently the entire time I played it, especially on the 0% run. And I think it was because I was just in awe of like, this should not be working like this. This shouldn't work. And like the music was just like so mysterious and so, um, I don't even know. I can't really describe the emotion that the music gives off, but it did trigger my ASMR. And I wasn't even playing with headphones or anything. It was just on my TV. It like just constant chills. It was pretty cool. So Manifold Garden. And then I bought 3 games. I bought Manifold Garden. I bought um, Spiritfarer, which I have not started yet. I'm planning on starting that next week. And then I started a game called Coffee Talk. Have you seen Coffee Talk?
No, I saw your screenshot of it, and that was it.
Yeah, so Coffee Talk is basically it's a visual novel. The only mechanic in the game, you don't even really make decisions in it though. The only mechanic in the game is you literally just make mixed drinks. And you listen to
Mixed
people's
drinks or
conversations.
coffee?
Mixed like coffee, beverage, drinks. There's
Okay.
like
Whenever you say mixed drinks, I thought
Sorry.
like maybe you're a bartender.
no, you're a barista making all manner of different
Like a
coffee
caramel
drinks.
macchiato or whatever.
Sure, yeah. But basically, you own this coffee shop, and it's set in the real world. It's set in 2020 Seattle, except it's
Of
set
course.
in
it
modern. Yeah, except that it's set in a modern fantasy setting. So like all of your clientele are like there's like elves, there's a succubus, there's another human that comes in, there's a girl that can turn into a cat.
All right.
But yeah, it's like all of your clientele are mystical creatures. There's a werewolf and a vampire. But it's really charming so far. I've only played through 2 days. I think there's like 14 days total in the game. But the couple of characters that have kind of like that have showed up and been around, they're charming. It's a good the pixel art's pretty. It's highly detailed. If you like visual novels, if you like sort of just passive reading experiences, I think it'd be a good game. I haven't played enough of it to give a formal recommendation, but I like it so far. Playing it on PS4, but
fair.
it's available everywhere, as is Manifold Garden, I think.
I think you're right.
Yep. But I took next week off. I took 4 days off because we get Monday off for Labor Day.
Sure.
I've not had
Capitalize on that free time off.
Yeah, I've not had a full week off since Christmas 2018. So I'm going to enjoy doing nothing for the next week except playing games.
That does sound very relaxing.
I think that's it. We haven't we finished Korra. I think that we're
I
gonna.
still need to watch that.
There's a show that just came to Netflix that looks interesting. I took a screenshot of it a couple weeks ago because the main character kind of looks like the Persona 5 protagonist, and there was another character that kind of looked like Discount Akechi / Ryuji, like a mixture of the two of them. And
Ew.
I tweeted the screenshot and said, "Hey, the Persona 5 anime is looking great." But it's called The Great Pretender. It currently has a 94% positive rating on Netflix. It looks really cool. I watched the trailer It actually looks pretty good.
I think I've seen. I think somebody that I follow on Twitter who like just constantly tweets about anime is watching it, and I want to say that they recommended it, and like they've so far everything that they recommended was like some good quality shit.
Yeah. So Great Pretender, I think, is what we're going to jump into next
That's fair.
on the anime front.
Animes and mangoes.
Let's talk about Nintendo.
They finally did it.
Last Thursday, I made a promise that if there was a direct that launched on Friday, I would do an 8-hour Fall Guys stream. That came and went. No announcement. No direct.
Nothing. Not even an announcement about when a direct would be.
No. Then this morning, at around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Nintendo dropped a direct, a full-length, I mean, not a full-length direct, but it has the direct name.
A proper direct, yes.
I wouldn't call it a proper direct, but it has the direct name, which is significant because it's the first time that the direct name has been used since this time a year ago.
Yeah, I think it's been. Has it been officially a year?
I think it was either September or October of 2019 was the last.
It was. I think it was. I remember looking, and it was September. I just can't remember what the date was. Because it might have been slightly over a year. I'm not sure.
So we got a direct. It's a direct that is exclusively focused on Mario's 35th anniversary celebration, which is
which we all thought they forgot about.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah. Okay. So before we get into this topic for real, do you remember when we first talked about this? I think it might have been pre-COVID when all of these, like, it was rumored that all of these Nintendo games, like all these Mario games, were going to drop this year. It came out with the trilogy. The Super Mario 3D All-Stars was leaked. Someone brought up the Mario 3D World port to Switch. And there was a couple other things that people were talking about. That was like pre-COVID that they were talking about this direct. So the information leaked back in the spring, and they sat on it for 6 months before they finally were confident enough to put something out formally.
Do you think they... I know that they didn't, but like, do you think somebody higher up in Nintendo was like, all right, every time we see just something that pisses us off on Twitter or social media, whatever, we delay information by 1 week. Until like we're in September. If it's that late, like we have to announce something. But do you think they just played a game without us knowing?
It very well could be. Nothing. I would put nothing past Nintendo at this point.
Yeah.
Like literally, I would not. Anything is a possibility with them.
They clearly have. I mean, I don't have words.
But yeah, so it's the first full direct since 2019, and they dropped it with no notice. They just drop it in the morning, just like the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase that they did last week. Just here you go. Here's something on a Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Also, by the way, this is why we should continue doing the podcast on Thursdays, because Nintendo is doing this shit on Thursdays now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess people like to. I guess the mentality is that it's almost the weekend, so like people want good news to like kick it off, maybe.
Yeah. So, what did we get out of the Nintendo Direct? If you've been living under a rock, the biggest thing that we got is a, I guess it's a collection. Did they confirm it's like a $60 collection for the 3 games? Did they say that?
I don't remember actually seeing the price.
I think pre-orders are up. So let me
Oh,
go.
that's true. It's gotta be, because everybody's been tweeting about pre-orders. And I think Wario 64 would have made a joke if it wasn't a regular retail price.
What is it? Super Mario All-Stars?
Super Mario, I think 3D All Star Collection.
Yes. Yeah.
They
So
they
it's
chose a
yep.
real good name for it.
Yeah. So it's the three. It's right now you can pre-order it on Amazon for $59.99. For all three games, it's one box. The box looks pretty good. Anywho, you get the three games. You get Mario 64. You get Mario Sunshine, and you have Mario Galaxy. All for $59.99. Notably,
Not bad when it comes to Nintendo.
no, lot to be desired, which we'll talk about, I'm sure,
Yeah.
at length here in a second.
Yeah.
Fair. None of the games are up-resed. However, Nintendo said that they are optimized for Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
The trio will feature higher resolution and smoother gameplay performance, but they have not been. They're just ported. Like they didn't do any extra work, essentially.
I mean, they did a little bit. Like I saw a couple people tweeting side by side comparisons of like Mario from Super Mario 64 versus a screenshot from this. And you can tell that he's still very blocky, but he's a cleaner block.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is it says higher resolutions, but especially for Mario 64, it's not in 16 by 9 as far as like the dimension. It's 4 by 3. So you're going to have vertical letterboxes on either side of your Switch when you're playing it. Which
Probably.
to me, it is. If you watch the direct, you can actually see what it looks like.
I did, but I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's right at the beginning when they start showing it. You can actually see the letterbox, and it looks weird. Like, why wouldn't you? Why not up-res it? And I guess maybe the reason is because they're gonna put it away in 6 months. But, yes, you get Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
Very exciting, because I forget where I saw this, but somebody pointed out that the only 3D Mario game that has had like I don't know if you want to call it a port, but it's been taken from its original release and put onto a newer console was Super Mario 64 being remade for the 3D or the regular DS. I don't think there's been a single other Mario 3D title that has made a generational leap.
So I'm super glad. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you had like eShop stuff back in the day, but not like a proper re-release.
So this is what people have wanted for a long time. I don't think Sunshine's ever been re-released, right? It's always just been locked on the GameCube.
Yeah.
So this is exciting for a lot of reasons. However, there are some bad things about it. We'll go in maybe the order of least significant to most significant, but one of the ones that caught my eye, because I'm not going to play the game, or I'm probably not going to play the game. I'm definitely not going to buy the game. I might play the game at some point, not sure.
Yeah.
However,
I mean, I'm getting it, and I'm probably going to get physical. So if you want to borrow it at some point.
No, I mean, Mario Sunshine is one of Janet's favorite games, so she is probably going to end up buying it. Yeah. However, because I knew that, she also has a Switch Lite, and with Mario Galaxy, in order to play Mario Galaxy, you need Joy-Cons if you have a Switch Lite.
Whoops.
The Switch Lite doesn't have a kickstand. How the hell is anyone with the Switch Lite gonna play the game? Like, they have to prop it up on a book and play it.
I don't know. That was probably not the best design.
No, but if you're playing it on your regular Switch on the TV, you can use either the Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
I would think if you could use the Pro Controller, you would think that the Switch Lite would be able to figure that out, but I guess not. So right off the bat,
did they like address that yet?
What do you mean?
the playing it on the Switch Lite? Like, have they
Yeah.
specifically delved into that?
Yeah, they said that you need to have Joy-Cons. When playing Mario Galaxy's Co-Star mode, you will need separate Joy-Cons to use their pointer functionality.
Well, so that's different. That's co-star mode.
Oh.
So that's not, you can play it, I think, just the base game on your own. Well, if I remember right, co-star mode is one person plays as Mario and then another person can like just shoot star bits
Okay.
and like do
Well, then
little,
maybe...
they can just be like a little helper.
Yeah, maybe you can then. Very confusing marketing for this.
But again, that's really not ideal if you want to play with somebody, because now two people have to gather around a Switch Lite.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess one person just holds it and plays it, and the other one gets a Joy-Con and like
It's like
peers over their shoulder.
Yeah, like, okay. Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A limited number of, by the way, I'm reading this recap from Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer.net. A limited number of physical copies will be made, while the digital version will only be sold on the Switch eShop through the end of March 2021. What is that about, John? Why?
I don't know.
Why are they doing that?
I have ideas, and I've seen other people's ideas, and I'm concerned.
This is I really feel like this is the first time a major publisher has put out a remaster of a game, or just re-released a game in general. Like remasters and remakes aside, just re-released a game, but only made it available for a short amount of time. Let alone one of the biggest, if not, is Nintendo the biggest? No, Pokemon is. One of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, with their flagship franchise, is putting out...
They're celebrating the 35th anniversary for.
Right. They're putting out 3 beloved games for 6 months, and then they're gone. Yep. I understand... You know what? No, I don't even understand that. I was about to say that I understand the limited retail copies.
The physical edition.
Right. Because I guess supply and demand and like limited release games but that's not the case for major publishers.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo should not be limited by how many copies of the game they're going to put out. Like if they're still manufacturing, like, I don't know if they're still manufacturing Wii U games, but I would guess they probably are, maybe some of the more popular ones.
I think they are. If I remember right, don't they like still come out with Just Dance or whatever every year?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Just Dance still comes out. Just Dance is no longer supported on Wii. This is the first year, 2020. Just Dance 2020 is the first Just Dance that's not going to be available on the Nintendo Wii.
On the original Wii.
The original Wii. It's available on Wii U, though.
AKA the system that came out, 10, 12 years ago?
Something like that. But you're telling me you can release that, but you can't make copies of Super Mario 3D All-Stars past March? I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand like the physical side of that. I really, truly do not understand the digital side of that.
Yeah, for sure. Your costs are nothing. You have the game.
Like, okay, let's pretend Nintendo is being not shitty here for a second, and they just want people to have an exclusive thing. Like, okay, it's the 35th anniversary of Mario. Here's this exclusive thing you can get only for 6 months. Why? Like, what possible reasoning could they come up with to do that? Even if they weren't being shitty about it. Like, take the money part out of it. They want people to have something exclusive.
Then design a new case.
A collector's edition?
Yeah. Put it in a steelbook. I don't care. There's a lot of ways to make something limited edition without literally limiting the number of copies.
So a lot of people are bringing up the Disney Vault and how Disney only re-releases movies every now and then.
Yes. Which I thought with them launching their streaming service, isn't the Disney Vault essentially dead
I'm
unless
pretty
you're talking physical?
I think that is yeah, I think it still exists for physical, but ever since they started with digital movies on iTunes or Amazon or wherever, I'm pretty sure you can get all those whenever you want.
Yeah.
The Disney Vault really only exists for physical games. And again, I understand. I would be more understanding if they were doing a limited run of the physical media. But that's not the case. It's the digital too.
Yeah. You want to make it limited, a limited edition one? Just make the stupid little card red on the limited edition, and then whenever your 6-month trial period is over, make them the grayish black that the normal cartridges are. There you go. Now, if you want to feel special, you have your little red cartridge. If you didn't care, but you still want to play the game just a couple months late, all right, here's your normal copy. Cool. Problem solved.
Now let's pretend that Nintendo is being Nintendo, or they're trying to be just a capitalistic organization.
They
What
want to turn one money printer into two.
if they're being horrible?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do this?
They're being horrible, and I'm really concerned that they are, then they are going to split off these 3 games from each other and sell them for at least $40 a piece, possibly 60 each. But I think that I really think that they got to keep it at 40, because then they're still doubling their profits if you buy all 3 separate.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I really think that they're giving people this 6-month window to get the 3 games. It just to not have the games available, especially on the digital marketplace, just makes absolutely zero sense.
And the thing that
From
really what I'm sorry, continue.
It just makes 0% chance from a money-making standpoint. Like, it costs, I would guess, almost nothing to just leave it there. And you're just making money. It's the money printer go brrr.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no reason to take the digital one down at all.
The thing that is really telling about all of this is that they've already said they are taking down the sales of it, but if you bought it, you can still download it. So the game is still there.
The game's still there.
They just aren't letting you buy it now.
Right. There's only 2 possible things that come to mind for me. And I think you said that there might have been you've seen some other theories too. So I'm curious to see if you would be able to talk about that. My what I feel in my heart of hearts is that they are going to do exactly what you just said, and they're going to take down the $60 version, and it might be off the store for a month or 2. And then at that point, they're just going to re-upload them piecemeal, and you can buy each one individually for a significant markup. They're not going to be $20 each.
No, I don't think that. I really hope that they don't cause a gaming riot and put them at 60 each, because that people would just flip.
Like $60, and there's 2 pieces of that. It's like, okay, you just sold these all 3 together for $60. So you're telling me now it's worth 3 times as much as it was however long ago you launched this? The other side is that we're talking about a 20-year-old game. You're going to launch Mario 64, a game that you barely touched, still running in a 4:3 aspect ratio. You're going to sell me that for $60. That is just that is the pinnacle. That, like, Nintendo would out EA at that point. If Nintendo is going to sell these things at $60, be prepared for a shitstorm unlike you have ever seen, because that is the dirtiest shit I've ever heard.
Nintendo would they would properly and rightfully claim the most downvoted thing ever.
At least
Does EA
Nintendo.
still have that?
Yeah. EA's an EA employee still has the most downvoted comment in Reddit history. The thing with Nintendo is that they have enough. They have enough. They can read the room that they're not going to put a Nintendo spokesperson out on Reddit to have that
True.
taken away from EA. It's just like $60 for a 20-year-old game that I guess you can't really play anywhere else if you don't own the right hardware.
Yeah.
That's scummy to say the least. Especially when they don't up-res it truly. They don't put it in a 16:9 aspect ratio.
Minimal work, maximum return.
Right. I don't even know where to go from there. So you said you saw some other theories?
I mean, it's basically just piecemealing all of this stuff together. I do wonder if they do re-release these games individually for, let's say, a $40 price tag, at that point, are they up-resed? Is actual polish put on each one instead of just a port, essentially?
I would guess no. I guess it's impossible for me to say.
Would they be justified in splitting them off and selling them each for $40 if they did?
At this point, if they up-resed them or
Yes. So you could buy the collection at the essentially just ported straight over from the original coding, original system for $60 for all three, or you can buy them individually for $40, but they are all up-resed.
Was Galaxy a Wii or a Wii U game?
Wii.
I'm trying to think what the precedent is.
I don't think there is one.
Like, you look at what's been remade, remade, not even remastered, remade. You have Crash Bandicoot and Spyro were the two big ones in the last couple of years. They got remade their entire trilogies from the N64 PS1 era. And it was three games for both, I guess, right? The Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Yeah, so it was 3 games each for $60.
Yeah, but they're not Nintendo. You got to throw that Nintendo tax on.
Right, you throw that okay. And I get the other part is they are progressive hardware systems. You go from N64 to GameCube to Wii. So that might raise the price a little bit, plus the Nintendo tax. So let's say it's $60 for Crash. If you put on the Nintendo tax for Crash, and you put on, let's say, Crash spanned from the PS1 to the PS3, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be
I still don't think that's more than, even with the Nintendo piece of that, I don't think it's more than 70. And even if you sell them at 40 a pop, you're talking about 120. So that's still double the price of the game you're putting out this year.
Yeah.
That's insane. You're insane. People who work in Kyoto.
Yeah, well, they're still going to make stupid amounts of money on this.
For sure. It's just, and then you know what's going to happen is they're going to, well, no, that won't even work. Okay, so let's say they take this down in March, and then they don't put anything up for like 6 months or something, and it's just completely gone. At that point, they're going to be just douchey people out there selling their copies on Craigslist for super marked up prices.
It's going to be gross. People are going to buy multiple copies.
Yeah.
Just to hold out and sell them at like a 300% profit.
And that
even
doesn't,
just a month after.
Right. And that doesn't help Nintendo at all. Like,
no.
I really don't understand.
The thing that really I don't understand about all of this is that Nintendo, I feel like out of everybody, is the company that's always like, hey, piracy is bad. Don't pirate our stuff. But also, we're not going to let you play any of our stuff on the current generation of console.
Yeah,
So
someone
now they're letting us play it, but instead of just making it, playable forever and accessible forever, they're like, "No, you can only have this for 6 months. If you don't, you can't play it. Also, please don't pirate."
please don't pirate. I retweeted someone, I can't remember who it is now, but they said essentially that this is not the way to preserve games.
No.
Like, Nintendo was doing no one a favor by doing this. I guess if you're going to get it in the first 6 months and you love these games, which I think most people who like Mario and have a Switch at this point will do.
Sure, yeah.
But if your goal is to, like, open people up to the Mario franchise by showing them, honestly, probably the most seminal games for gamers over the age, or I guess under the age of 30 right now, I would say that more people started with 64 or Sunshine over World or 3 if you were
Yeah.
born in the 90s.
Yeah, 64 was, I mean, I had some experience with World, but like 64 was the first one that I beat.
Like, these are the games that the youth, that the under 30s, like, these are the ones they have the nostalgia for.
Yeah, I love Sunshine. I would get this debatably $60 price tag just for Sunshine, because it's been locked away on my GameCube for so long, and I'm not about to set up my Wii to play my GameCube.
Yeah. So when it's going to be, okay, so the March 21st, or no, it's just March 2021 is what they said.
Yes.
What do you think that's going to look like? Like, are Nintendo going to put out, like, notices like, hey, it's the last week to buy this? You better get it
Probably.
while you can.
I think so. It's not going to be super in your face, but like, I guess on the eShop channel, or whatever their digital marketplace is called, for sales, they do list how many days left there are in the sale. So I get this feeling that they're just gonna, if you go on that eShop, they're going to just throw it in your face. Be like, hey, main page, you want this game? It's gone in a week.
Let me throw one more wrinkle in here for you. When
Great.
the leak came out earlier this spring, Galaxy 2 was included in a lot of the rumors. It could just be that was, speculation. Oh, we got Mario, we got 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Those are all the 3D Mario games. Why not throw Galaxy 2 in there too?
Especially since Galaxy 1 and 2, I assume, ran off the same engine. 2 was basically just, hey, let's make DLC, but make it big enough to have it be a second game.
Yeah. Do you think that there is some tinfoil hat reason for Galaxy 2 not being in here? And do you think that it eventually comes out if they end up releasing these games one by one?
I could see them releasing it if they do it one by one. I don't know why they wouldn't. Excuse me. Other than just holding out for more money, I don't know why they wouldn't include it.
That's my theory, is that we can put out a trilogy. A 3 is a good, not round number. It's a trilogy. You can get 3 games.
The rule of 3. It's what Nintendo put into video games forever ago.
Yeah, we don't have to include a 4th game in there. And here's what we could do. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sell these. Time. We're gonna sell these 3 games, right, to the people right now. $60 for the 3 of them. But then, okay, we're gonna take it away, so that if you don't get in there in the first 6 months, now you have to buy the games piecemeal. And also, we're going to launch Galaxy 2 to complete the set and sell that one for $60, and everybody has to pay $60 for that one. So even if you bought the first game, you're still spending another $60 so you can get the last Mario game, and then you can have all of the Mario games on your Switch. All of them are there. You can have the NES and the SNES emulator thing. You can have the SNES games and the SNES emulator thing, and then all of the 3D games. And you only spend $120 unless you didn't buy the trilogy, and then you're spending $240 to have everything. And then we have all your money, and we can just piss off for the next 6 years. That's my theory.
Yeah, but they're not going to piss off for 6 years because they're just going to rinse, repeat, do this again for Zelda's 35th.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot think of a legitimately good reason why Galaxy 2 is not in this. Because everybody that I know of who has played Galaxy 2 says that it is Galaxy 1, except fix everything that was wrong with Galaxy 1. Like, a lot of people have said that it is the best 3D Mario.
I've heard that as well.
And I have it, but I've never played it. I bought it digitally on the Wii U. And I just can't be bothered to set up my Wii U. If it's between paying $60 to buy it for Switch or setting up my Wii U, I might just, set up my Wii U instead. I hate saying Wii U just ever in general. Worst console name. It's just so aggravating.
Man.
Wii U.
That wasn't the only thing to talk about from this Direct, because it was a Direct and we got more than one thing.
We did.
We also got Mario, the Battle Royale. Super Mario Bros. 35 is a Battle Royale version of the original game, says Samit Sarkar from Polygon.com. Nintendo's latest twist on Super Mario Bros., the NES game that kicked off the Super Mario franchise in 1985, is a 35-player Nintendo Switch Battle Royale game called Super Mario Bros. 35. Rounds of Super Mario Bros. 35 will feature 35 people playing through the same Super Mario Bros. Level simultaneously. Enemies that you defeat will show up in other players' courses and vice versa. Power-ups will be available to give you a boost, and with the right analog stick, you can choose between 4 strategies: lowest time, most coins, attackers, and random. In a brief trailer Nintendo published Thursday, the interface appears to be similar to it looks similar to the Tetris 99 interface. And if the idea sounds familiar at all, it might be because of Mario Royale, a 75-player Battle Royale version of the game created by a developer named Inferno Plus. So I guess someone made Mario Royale as a fan work, and Nintendo was like, yoink, let's just make that officially. And
that's ours.
35, 35 anniversary. We can have 35 players. Super
They're
weird.
They're really just
number.
making everything a Battle Royale now.
Yeah. It really does look exactly like Tetris, though. Tetris 99.
Yeah.
Interesting
a
idea.
More complicated, I'd say.
Probably. Interesting idea. Definitely not the game for me. Least favorite genre. I would be terrible at it.
I think I wouldn't want to play it either, just because there's so many people who only play these classic side-scroller games and are just ridiculously good. Yeah. And I am not one of those people.
I never won a Tetris 99 game. I got close a couple times, but I feel like this would even be worse. So if you like 2D Mario, you like Battle Royales, there you go.
Cool concept. Probably not going to partake, but whatever.
Were they charging for it? Or was that going to be another...
I think it's like Tetris 99 where it's free with your online Switch subscription.
Cool. I might check it out just to say I played it. Next port is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Mamma mia!
Heard good things about 3D World. Never played it. Heard good things.
Super Mario 3D World is finally coming to Switch in the form of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, arriving on February 12th, 2021. The game will include the full original Wii U game, as well as what seems to be an expansion, Bowser's Fury. Besides an ominous tease in the trailer, it's not clear what Bowser's Fury will be, but a press release promises we'll learn more details later.
Sure, Nintendo.
They are also creating Mario and Peach Cat amiibos. as a
Thank
part of that.
goodness that I only care about the Zelda amiibos.
I can't imagine if you were an amiibo collector. There, like, if you think about this, there's one for every Smash Bros. Character on the Wii U roster, at least, and they're getting around to making the rest of them for Ultimate.
And there are variants out the wazoo.
Yeah.
You want Mario, or do you want Gold Mario, or Silver Mario, or Red Mario?
Right. Then there's different Marios for each. There's like 3 different Marios for Odyssey. There's one for 3D Land. What? Okay, 3D World versus 3D Land.
No idea.
Okay. Because then there's 3D World 2.
And then there's new Super Mario Bros. 3D World.
So confusing. I don't know.
really
like I really like the 3D Mario games because it's so easy to keep track of what they are.
Yeah, except for this series.
Right. I'm at traditional 3D Marios, like 3-dimensional. You're controlling Mario in 3D because this one is 2D, right? It's 3D, but it's a 2D side scroller game.
I think so. Maybe it's.
Oh wait, no, maybe
really,
not.
It's
man.
not.
Yeah,
you're not like.
It's like an isometric camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where there's like planes, but it's not a traditional 3D Mario game.
I think 3D Land is the 2D one, where it's a side-scrolling camera. I think
I could see why they would say Land is 2D and World is 3D.
Yeah, World reminds me of, it's like basically like the Lego games. It's like an isometric.
Yes.
Is isometric the right word? Is that what an isometric camera is?
I don't know.
It's like
maybe
it's like a fixed camera position that's in the sky. You're not rotating the camera 3-dimensionally, but you are able to run around the world in 3D.
Yes.
Very like Crash Bandicoot almost, or Lego. Yeah. Anywho, 3D World coming to Nintendo Switch with
supposedly
maybe
with
a DLC.
And with I guess the real big deal is that it's coming allegedly with online support. Because I think a big draw of that game was being able to play with people.
Yeah. And
from what a lot of people I saw tweeting about, they said that it had online support, which
that's cool.
Would be very good.
All I want, if Nintendo is going to charge me to fucking play games online, all I want is for them to have online modes in their games that let me play them with the people that I want to play them with.
Yes.
I want nothing more than to be able to jump into Super Mario Party or Super Smash Bros. And have a couch co-op companion with me, and we play with another friend and their couch co-op companion. That's what I want to do. I just want to play with me and Janet and then a friend and someone else, but we can't do that because that's not how Nintendo Online works.
Too difficult.
And I still pay it. I still pay for it.
Yeah, but it's only like, what, $20 a year?
I pay for the family one, which is a little more.
Yeah, I think it's $35 a year, but you can have 4 accounts.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep.
Not bad.
Next up from the Direct is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
Yeah, this might have been the weirdest thing in the Direct for me, personally.
Yeah, it's very much along the line of Labo or...
Yeah. I thought it might be Labo, and then I didn't see the Labo branding anywhere, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, so basically...
I still don't really know.
Yeah, you get you get a little cart, and it looks like the track is set up in your home.
Yes.
Okay, so during a surprise Nintendo Direct published Thursday, Nintendo announced a new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. And it's not your ordinary Mario Kart game. It's part toy, part video game, allowing players to pilot a physical cart that's racing opponents in game. So is it an RC car?
I think so, but the most confusing thing about this was that, like, in the Direct, there was a kid playing this game on the Switch, And
Right.
then like, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know,
watching the video now.
30 seconds in, they're like, "Oh, hey, here's this RC car." And I was like, "Okay, is that an addition? Like, do you have the option to not use that? What
Yeah,
what is this?"
it's very Oh, I don't know. Okay, here's what it looks like. So the car is an RC car
Yes.
and you're controlling it with your Switch, but I don't think you look at the car. You're looking at the Switch, which is where your cart is.
Yes.
Like you're controlling the Mario Kart, like you normally
It's got
would.
a little it must have a little camera on it somewhere on that
It
cart.
does. Yeah, there is a camera on it. But when you're looking at the Switch screen, you're not looking at the toy. So what is
Yes.
the point of the toy? What is the
I
point
know.
of having that?
I think the point of the toy is to injure as many family members as possible.
Yeah.
Cause as much strife in a household as you can.
This doesn't really do anything for me, and I'm definitely not going to get it. But
Yeah, same.
I guess it's on the same level of like, here's a cute Labo kind of toy. Have fun,
Sure.
kids.
It's clearly not made for us.
No. Lastly, we get a new Game and Watch. Game and Watch Game and Watch, yeah, Game and Watch Super Mario Bros. Which includes Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels.
Great. Those haven't been released like 800 times.
But you can get it on a Game and Watch. You can take it wherever you want to go.
Wow. I wish that they released a console that was, portable and on the go.
It's almost like they don't have the Switch and they don't have the NES thing.
Emulator.
Yeah.
Or, any of their handhelds that had this game released onto it.
It's gonna be
I don't know if
49.
you
49. Okay, here's another thing. $49.99 for a 30-year-old game that's been released a million times and is free on the Switch.
I do think that there are other things that this Game and Watch thingy can do.
Okay, here's the
If
description.
they're, I don't know if they're worthwhile, but I think one of them was a clock.
Yeah, okay. Game and Watch Super Mario Bros. Players can play through the original Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. They can use a
Okay.
Mario-themed clock mode to tell time, or
Great.
relive one of the original Game and Watch classics, Ball, rethemed around everyone's favorite Italian plumber. I don't know what Ball is.
I think it was a juggling game.
Is that when Mr.
Right.
Game and Watch goes like this? And
Yes.
okay.
Yes. I think that was Ball.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a nice little tribute to the Game and Watch days, but like, I feel like most people these days just don't care or possibly even know about the Game and Watch days. And
Yeah.
the only way nostalgia works is if somebody knows about what that thing is.
I'm not gonna shit on this Game and Watch thing for it being $50 because I have way too many expensive pieces of plastic sitting behind me right now. So
Yeah, that's fair.
if you like Game and Watch, if you're into retro consoles and that kind of thing, here you go. Am I gonna buy it? Absolutely not, but I guess there's a market for it somewhere.
Yeah, same here. Definitely not. There's one last thing that I think they really briefly touched on in the in this Mario Direct, and that is it's kind of cool. It's very un-Nintendo of them to give out things for free.
Sure.
So they have a new section of their My Nintendo website that just has all this Mario trivia and like screenshots and like sound samples of like all the games, and like you can see through the history and blah blah blah. You can download these wallpapers and you can choose which game. And my favorite part is that if you want to download one, you say that's my Mario. just the phrasing I really liked, because it just, I don't know, it was amusing to me. But if you do 5 of 6 tasks, one of them seems like it's locked into buying this collection when it comes out. They will give you a set of 5 collectible pins that are like a limited time run. So it's not exactly free because I think you have to buy the collection as one of like there's 6 tasks. You have to do 5, but I think that one is forced. So you can choose what the other 4 are.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I was going to buy this set anyways, so at this point I just have to like listen to a couple of songs on their website and I get free pins. Cool.
True. Yeah.
Oh, Nintendo.
Like, we have gone on at length about Nintendo's business practices and the decisions that they make
Yes.
over the last almost 3 years now. Holy shit. We've been doing this podcast for 3 years.
Been a hot minute.
We've talked about Nintendo at length over the years. I truly feel like they have ascended. Like they have they've reached a new peak. Like I didn't think they could.
Yeah.
With the launch of the Nintendo voice app on the phone, I really thought that was it. I thought like this is, you know what? This is peak Nintendo. Nope. Now we have peak Nintendo.
Until we get new peak Nintendo someday.
Yeah. Post-capitalist Nintendo. Okay.
It's exhausting.
It is very exhausting.
Just
I'm tired.
trying to understand what Nintendo is doing at any given moment is one of the most tiring tasks I think ever.
Yeah. Last question I have for you that you
Sure.
can't answer, but you can guess. That was a direct.
Yes.
First direct in a year. Do you think that we get anything else this fall from Nintendo, or is that it? We get the 3D collection on September 18th, I think. And that's it. Or do we
yeah.
get something else?
I feel like we need to get something for holiday season. I just don't know what it would be because I don't. If this collection was leaked 6 months ago, if there's like a new Mario game, how the hell was that not leaked?
I don't think it would be new Mario. I don't think that they would drop that fast.
Probably not. And my gut says not Breath of the Wild 2 because save that for literally a year from now when it's Zelda's 35th anniversary.
They need more time. Like that those aren't games that you announce and drop like you did Paper Mario. Paper Mario was a smaller game that was never going to sell as well as a mainline Mario title. You can't.
When does new Pokemon Snap come out?
I don't think it had a date, did it?
Thought it did, but that might have been a fever dream.
I don't think it had a date. I think it just said more information coming soon.
Yeah, right now the listing is just 12/31/2020, which is more than likely a placeholder.
Yep.
So maybe we get that. That doesn't seem like it would capitalize on holiday season as much as they would want to, though.
No. The Pokemon DLC that's coming out this year is not big enough on its own, I feel like.
No.
Yeah, I guess maybe Pokemon Snap, but I don't know.
Pokemon Snap, but then there has to be something else. I just don't know what that something else would be. The only thing that would make sense in terms of what we know about at this point is the sequel to Breath of the Wild, because God knows we're not getting Metroid Prime 4.
What was Retro doing before they were given Metroid Prime 4?
I think they were doing Donkey Kong stuff, right? Didn't they do like Tropical Freeze? Was that them?
I don't know. There was this leak / rumor. I think it was before E3 2018. so like 2 years ago, that Retro was working on some kind of Star Fox racing game. Like it was some kind of Star Fox / F-Zero. It might have even been a combination of the two games. It was some kind of racing game, and Star Fox was involved.
Retro Studios did develop Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Did they
which,
port it though, or did someone else port it?
I don't know. It says developers, Retro Studios, and Monster Games. So I'm not sure who did what. But that game came out 6 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that. Maybe Retro has two teams, and that game has been in development for a while. I don't know. I do agree that something else has to come out. The other thing that's been rumored forever and is sort of on the level of this Mario collection and on the level of the Xbox Series S, which we still haven't gotten any information about, is the Metroid Prime trilogy remaster.
Yeah. Which they did. It came out for Wii. Like that's already in existence. Right. They don't even have to do anything, just port it. If I remember right, it was technically HD when it got ported. I think it was the base limit, like the lowest tier, 720.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Just throw the little HD symbol on it and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I think another $60 per copy.
I think we do get one more thing this year from Nintendo. I don't know what it is, but they have to put something else out during the holiday time, because this is too early. Like September 18th is, I guess it's
realistically
fall.
People realistically could be done with this trilogy by the time, definitely by the time it's like Christmas.
And the other thing is Christmas is 3 months in. So you're halfway through the life cycle of Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Maybe those sneaky bastards. Maybe they don't wait. Maybe when it's holiday season, they say, hey, Mario Galaxy 2, here it is. You want it? You probably just finished all these other games. You want to play another Mario? Here you go, $60, please.
Could do it that way. I still think they're going to wait until afterwards and then drop all 4 of them and be like, here you go, fuckers. Give us $250 after tax. After tax with 4 games, be
more like probably $270, right?
Yeah, almost $300.
Yeah.
Buddy.
I don't know. There has to be something. I could see Pokemon Snap being one of that something, but that can't be all. When's that Pikmin 3 remaster coming out? Did that have a date? I don't remember it having one.
I have no idea. I don't remember it having a date, but I could be wrong. I didn't even know it was happening, to be honest.
October 30th.
Oh.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So, okay, you're good for September. You're good for October. Pokemon Snap, let's say... Pokemon games usually come out in November, right?
Yeah.
So let's say Pokemon Snap is... Pokemon Snap and then the DLC for Sword and Shield is November. So then you just need one thing for December. That seems realistic. It's just what's that big question mark at the end of the year?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Maybe. Based on how 2020 has gone, not convinced.
Yep.
I think the world might just stop before then.
Last story for the evening is a financial report from Sony. I'm not going to read the entire financial report. I am going to read the tweet from Benji Sales, who is a leaker / he's really an analyst. He's an industry analyst. He has the job I want. I want his job, which is he does video game analysis for the games industry, or I guess business analysis for the games industry. Here's Benji's tweet from August 29th. Some interesting info from Sony's latest financial report. And he links to the He links to the page, the paragraphs that they talk about this in. If you want to read Sony's entire report, they did publish that publicly. So you can go read through their entire financial report if you so choose to.
Sounds very, very dry.
I would imagine so, yes. But here are the 3 bullet points that I wanted to point out and Benji wanted to point out. 1, Sony is looking to acquire more first-party studio. Or sorry, they're looking to acquire more studios to grow the first party. 2, they are looking to bring more of their first-party games to the PC platform in the future. And 3, there is a large focus on increasing the number of exclusive games and to advance VR. Some exciting stuff in there. Let's go backwards. Large focus on increasing the number of exclusive games and to advance VR. When PSVR first launched, Shuhei Yoshida and Sean Layden at the time were very clear that they were viewing the PSVR as the PS1. They knew going in that it wasn't going to sell to the point that, you know, the PS2 did. It was very much like, this is our entry into this. We want to learn and we want to grow. This is our first iteration of it. So this is just confirms that they are staying the course with VR. I would not be surprised to see a PSVR 2 launch maybe next year after the PS2's been, or sorry, the PS5's been out for a bit. So good to see VR is not dead yet. Then also to increase the focus on exclusive games. This one, I don't know how to feel about. The internet leads me to believe this is a very bad thing. Games should not be exclusive. Things like Destiny being exclusive or having exclusive content on one platform is anti-consumer. And I tend to agree with that. But I also feel like exclusivity gives the console companies reason to compete.
Yeah, for sure it does.
So I don't know. I don't really care about that. Like exclusivity's never hurt me before. I know that it has hurt some people, especially those that are playing on the Xbox side for now, that care about
or PC.
That's true too. But I mean, with the PC thing, it's like, I mean, first party games, they're console games. They were not meant to be played on PC initially, at least. So that one, that one is like, I don't have any sympathy for PC players when they're like, oh, I want to play The Last of Us 2. Well, then buy a goddamn PlayStation, dude. Like,
but that box isn't as good as my box that I made. I birthed.
Yeah, I made this with my own 2 hands. I know, buddy. I know it's not.
you made that graphics card? You didn't just go out and buy it? No.
But like, I don't know. I feel like most of the exclusive content nowadays is like stupid shit, like skins, or with a lot of the exclusive content that you see from the third-party games like Call of Duty or Destiny. It's like, okay, you get one multiplayer map that the other guys don't get. Who cares? Who cares?
Not me.
I understand why people are upset that Spider-Man is not in the Avengers on Xbox or on PC and he's only on PlayStation. I get that, at least, because that's probably the most popular Marvel character. But like, I don't know. Just whatever. Who cares? Maybe I have some man, what's that called? What's it called when fuck.
I can't help.
I know. What's it called? What is it called when you're white and you don't think about the plight of minorities?
Privilege.
Privilege. Thank you. I don't know why I could not think of that word. Anyway, maybe I have some PlayStation privilege because I've had it good when it comes to exclusivity over the past generation, especially. Maybe that's true. But that's just not something that really concerns me. Okay. Looking to bring more first-party games to the PC platform. There you go with your exclusivity, PC people.
Yeah. They saw how much Persona 4 sold, and they were like, hey, wait a minute. We could do this more, couldn't we?
Yeah. I don't think that they're ever going to be like day and date like Xbox has a lot of their games now.
Not.
But maybe like a year out. Like they see how well Horizon's doing now. They saw how well Kojima's game Death Stranding did when that came to PC earlier this year. Like obviously they know that this is an untapped market, that they're not currently, like, none of these PC players have a PlayStation. Yeah. So they're not watering down their brand at all. So expect that. This is the most exciting one, and the one that I don't know, like, it's fun to think about, is looking to acquire more studios to grow the first party. I don't know where you go with that. They bought Insomniac, which was basically PlayStation aligned for the past ever. Yeah. Since the PS2 era. They only did that one. They did Sunset Overdrive for Xbox. But everything else has been PlayStation exclusive. So that one made a lot of sense. But like some of the studios that I would have thought that they could acquire, like Tim Schafer's studio, Double Fine, is now with Xbox. Everybody and their brother was trying to buy WB Studios.
Yeah, and they were like, hold up.
Yeah, but then
time out.
Then Warner Brothers was like, actually, never mind. We can see that this is a hot item. Maybe we should just hold on to this. I don't know what else is out there. Like, I guess there's maybe smaller studios like doing indie stuff, but I don't know that, like, how much. I don't know how much that gets you. Like, how much does that improve your brand by buying smaller indie studios?
And I don't know how relevant that would be to a corporate report.
Yeah.
I guess just to say that you're increasing the number of studios, even if they are, I don't know, 20 people teams.
In my wildest dreams, the publisher that I see maybe buying into this is Bethesda. Only because Bethesda is the smallest, I think, third-party, like, mainstream big publisher that's out there. Bethesda also has not had tremendous success in the past generation. Like, they really peaked with basically they peaked with Skyrim. Fallout 4 received pretty good reviews. They've had some success with some of their smaller games like Wolfenstein and Doom this console generation. But largely I feel like Bethesda has sort of like,
they've been stagnant.
They have definitely been stagnant, especially Bethesda Studios, Bethesda.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing little rumors about like games. I've seen a lot of Starfield exclusivity rumors of Starfield is going to be exclusive on PlayStation. And that leads me to believe that maybe Sony and Bethesda are developing a relationship to have a game like that be exclusive, like a big, one of their big RPG games from Bethesda Studios, Bethesda, be exclusive on a platform, which I don't think has happened since, what came after Morrowind? Oblivion. That was on Xbox 360. That wasn't on PS3. I don't know, but if that's the one that I kind of think. But that would be a really big deal if that happened, though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fun stuff.
For sure.
Tell us how much the PS5 costs, please. I did
like the. Were you going to talk about that Wario 64 tweet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he as a joke, whenever he tweeted out the price of that Game & Watch thing, he was like, "Hey, at least somebody's naming the price for their next gen console."
They sent me an email as a loyal PlayStation customer that allowed me to sign up for the possibility of pre-ordering the console.
Oh yeah, yeah. The hey, you can pre-order it, but we're not going to tell you how much we're charging it.
No, it wasn't even pre-order. It was, okay, you put your name in this hat, basically. You put the name in the hat, and then when the pre-orders go live, we'll pull the name out of the hat. And if your name gets pulled out of the hat, you can pre-order a console.
This seems like a very not good idea.
I don't know. It's going to be a direct pre-order from the PlayStation Store, though.
Oh,
As
okay.
opposed to doing a pre-order from Amazon or Walmart. They'll still have their pre-orders. This is like
They'll have their
pre-ordering
stock, yeah.
directly from PlayStation, basically.
Okay. Do you think it'll be like a special edition?
No, I doubt it. I do hope though that they do something with the console that indicates it's a launch day console.
Yeah.
Like it's really small, but on I think the Xbox 360, when they launched the Xbox 360, there was like a day one
Like a little engraving or something?
yeah, it was either on the console or it was on the controller or something like that.
I thought it was like on the faceplate, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. And I think they did the same thing for Scorpio too.
That
But
rings a bell.
it would be cool if they did something like that. Just like a little tiny like homage that, you know, it's
See,
not
that's
a
how
special
you
edition.
do. That's how you do a limited edition thing,
Right.
Nintendo. You do a little special thing. You give a palette swap to a cartridge, or you put a little engraving on it. You don't just say, "Okay, 6 months is up. Bye. Thanks for the money, nerds."
Peace.
Oh well.
It is September 3rd. Assuming these consoles come out in November, it's 2 months away. We don't know
Not
how
much
much it
time.
costs. What's happening?
Which, like, for you and I, isn't not the end of the world.
No.
But like for a parent right now who might be unemployed currently due to, you know, a pandemic, knowing how much this thing that their kid is going to want for Christmas, maybe give them that info soon.
I'm even more surprised that we haven't heard from Xbox about Series S.
True.
Again,
yeah.
it's another thing that is all but confirmed as being true, to the point where if you go and buy an Xbox controller right now, I think it's the Elite controller. If you buy the Elite controller, it says on the box Xbox Series S along with Xbox Series X. It's a thing that's on official Xbox branded packaging. They haven't told us about it yet. It's supposedly launching alongside the Series X. Still have got nothing on that.
You don't need the info. It's fine. You'll get it when we want to give it to you, and you'll like it.
Fun time to be a gamer.
What would the S stand for?
Slim?
Maybe.
Because they've always gone with the S. Or at least they have in that last, because it was Xbox. Okay, it was Xbox 360. I guess the original Xbox 360 launched with the Xbox 360. It was like the arcade version and then the Xbox 360 Core. Was that right? I think.
Maybe.
And then the Xbox
It's-
360 Elite. And then it was the Xbox 360 Slim. Then we got the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox One S All Digital Edition. So I don't know what the S. I mean, it's iPhone, right? iPhone 5S.
Yes.
The like the middle. It's like the 6S. Yeah, I don't know what.
They ddid that for a bit, but I think they're done with that.
Right, but for some reason, S is like a middle kind of leap.
Yeah, I want to know why.
I don't know. We'll see, or maybe we won't. Maybe
Hopefully.
it's all just a lie.
We won't. They don't know. Somebody made it up. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that looks cool. That looks official.
It's gonna be 20.
Let's all do this."
It's gonna be 2050, and Xbox and PlayStation are still fighting over who releases the price for the PS5 and the Xbox.
Everybody
Series X.
already has it in their home. They're just waiting to collect.
Yeah, right. You've had a console for 30 years, and you have a running debt with a huge interest percentage tacked on there.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning into episode 113 of the QuickTime Event Podcast. If you like what you heard, you can find us live on twitch.tv/CDRMagnus every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also find us on all of your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and more shortly after the live show ends. The YouTube video goes up on the YouTube page. Just search for CDR Magnus on YouTube, and you can find all of our YouTube links there. Visit QuickTimeEvent.net for a place that has all of our stuff in one place. Easy little package for you to find. QuickTimeEvent.net. I'm on Twitter at Josh Klassen. No, I'm not. I have not been on Twitter at Josh Klassen for many, many years. I'm on Twitter at CDR Magnus. John is on Twitter at John Kamenko.
Would it help if I changed mine?
Maybe. I think that's what it is. I'm reading your name, and then just kind of like my subconscious kicks in. It's like, my name is this. That's not. It is. You're correct, subconscious, but that's not the thing I was trying to pull out right now.
All right. I'll look into it.
Well, don't you have an Artful Gamer? You have that account.
It's kind of parked.
Mm.
Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to. And I'm sure that you've gone through this as well. Do I want to potentially alienate some of my like in real life friends with just the amount of gaming shit that I would retweet?
I have
on that account?
long past that worry.
I
tweet so much waifu bullshit at this point that's like, if you still stick around, if you knew me as a real person prior to the year, when did we start this? 2015 is when I kind of fell off and became a monster person. If you're still sticking around, God bless you, because I have just turned into utter trash since we knew each other in real life. So thank you for that.
You've shown the world your true form.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, yep. So that's the thing. I made the Twitter account probably, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, and like I'll check it, but I think I just need to pull the trigger, shut that account down, and take the name. I think. I don't know. I have all these ideas and things I want to do, and like once I actually start, it's the starting. The starting is what takes so much effort. It's monumental.
I feel that.
Like as soon as you get something going and you're like, okay, I'm part of the way into like this project, then it's fine. Then you're just continuing. You don't have to like build up the energy to do that. But starting something, that's like 90% of the reason why I don't do something, because I have to start it. Probably why I have all these stupid games on my backlog.
Should I play Avengers? I don't know if I should play Avengers or not. It came out to like moderately. The reviews were better than I thought they were going to be. And I had hype for this game before, like it started being like before the hype started to go away. But right now I just feel like I don't want to fucking play this, even though it looks kind of good.
What do you want to play?
I want to finish Coffee Talk, and then I want to go and play. I want to play Spiritfarer next.
Sure.
Which I think is a longer game, actually.
It looked like it. Whenever I saw that it had a $30 price tag, I was like, wait, this is not the indie that I was expecting.
Let's look.
This seems much longer.
Spiritfarer, how long to beat? 20
hours. That's the game that I was looking at, and then I found Dead Cells on sale, and I was like, all right, I'll get Dead Cells instead for now.
It's 20 hours.
Okay. Oh, you know what I discovered? We had talked about this, I think, last week. Those Nintendo Gold reward point things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I found where to redeem them.
Oh, nice.
You do redeem them for money. Each coin is 1 penny. And it was in the most obvious spot. It was at the
Checkout.
stupid checkout. Yeah, it was like, do you want to? It was like, here's the price, and then right underneath that, it was like redeem Nintendo Gold coin point things, and I was like, oh, let me click that, and they were like, you have 1,000 coins. Here, you can have $10 off this game, and I was like, oh, that's all it took. Great.
Thanks.
To be fair, it might be for like only specific games. Like maybe they don't let you do that for first party games. I
I'm
didn't
sure
look into
it's
it
for
that
everything.
much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, I got that sells for like $6 due to the sale and the those local gold coins.
Yeah. So my plan is to finish Coffee Talk, which is not a very long game. I think it's like 5 hours or something. Then move on to Spiritfarer, and in the meantime, finish Fall Guys. I
Yeah.
want to. I'm never going to be able to platinum Fall Guys. I've just accepted that reality.
Yep, infallible. If I ever got that, I would probably. I have no tattoos. I would get the word infallible tattooed on me somewhere if I got that.
Yeah, that's. And the thing is, I have seen multiple people get the trophy on Twitter.
It's
people
possible.
that are like well-known people, like Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, the guy that created The Last of Us and Uncharted 2. Like he got that trophy. Then there was I forget who else. Like a games personality person got it.
I think it's still sitting at 0.1%.
Yeah. It's probably never going to raise below 0.1% because Fall Guys is such a popular game. There's a lot of people that play it.
Yeah. So every time you have one person get it, you now have 2,000 more people in that user base.
Yeah. It's always going to be an incredibly rare trophy. It's just so weird that I've seen, because it is so difficult, so many people, and by so many, I mean like 4 or 5 people get it, that I follow on Twitter that aren't even trophy hunters or are not people that you would like normally think of playing game. Like Neil Druckmann has a job. Neil Druckmann is the creative director, the primary creative director at Naughty Dog. You would think that he wouldn't
makes
have
my games. He doesn't play games.
Right. You would think that he doesn't have enough time to get that trophy on Fall Guys, unless he is truly just a fucking god at Fall Guys. It's incredible. But I do want to get every other trophy though, because that's very doable.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I'm 1 win away from hitting 20.
Yeah, I only need
maybe
2 or
2.
3, I think, yeah.
Because I have 19 crowns right now. I've spent 2, so I've got a total of 21. And you earn, I think, 3 from the season pass. So I think I'm sitting at 18 wins.
Yeah, that one, and then getting first in races. I think I still need a few more for that.
It was a real good feeling when that popped for me.
My biggest issue right now is those fuckers that hold on to me right at the start of the race. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing it? And every time they do it, I score. I like come in 4th or 5th. It's so aggravating because if they didn't hold it,
I could have been number 1.
I could have been first.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the order before we call it quits for the evening?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Goodbye.